Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for a deep dive?
I am.
Awesome. Today we're tackling Psalms 42.
Oh, good one. Lots to unpack there.
It is right. We're
Yeah.
going to look at the structure, the imagery, and what it might mean for us, like today,
Right.
This psalm is all about longing and hope, but there's also some despair woven in there too.
Definitely. It kind of takes you on an emotional roller coaster in a way.
It does, yeah. It's got 3 distinct sections, and each one sort of moves the feeling along. Ever feel so overwhelmed you question like everything? Even, I don't know, even your faith.
Oh, for sure. More common than people think, I bet.
This psalm, it speaks to those raw emotions. It gets it.
Yeah, and it starts right off with that image of a deer panting for water. That's how much the psalmist wants God.
It's so strong, that image, right? But is it just about needing something? Or is there more to it?
I think it's way deeper than just needing something. It's like spiritual thirst.
I see.
That longing for something beyond what we can get here in this world.
Okay, yeah.
Think about it. We need water to live, literally. This is saying that connection with God, that's essential for our spiritual life.
So the psalmist is like, without God, I'm basically dying.
Exactly. And then, the language gets even more intense.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot eat, I weep day and night. This isn't some intellectual exercise.
Right.
This is pure emotion.
Yeah.
Straight from the gut.
Raw, huh? And then it's like, to make things worse, there's that question, where is your God?
Oh, yeah. That one hits hard.
It does.
And it can come from other people, right? People doubting you, mocking your faith.
Yeah.
But it can also come from inside us. Those doubts and fears we all have.
Oh, totally. When you're hurting, it's so easy to wonder if God's even around.
It's like the psalmist is putting words to that struggle we've all felt.
Yeah.
But then there's this shift.
What happened?
The psalmist remembers going to the temple, worshiping with everyone, and it's a good memory.
So not just a random memory. It has a purpose.
Exactly. It's a lifeline. The psalmist is remembering that God has been faithful before.
Powerful.
And that memory, it gives hope for the future, even if things are tough right now.
Makes sense. It's like deliberately holding on to the good times to fight off the bad.
Yeah.
So how does that hope play out in the next part of the psalm?
Well, notice how the psalmist starts talking to themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you depressed? Oh, my soul, wait for God. Like they're battling their own despair,
Interesting. Reminding themselves to hold on to hope. I also noticed all those places mentioned, like the region of the Upper Jordan, Mount Mizar. Do those actually mean something specific?
They do. For the Israelites, those were places of, hardship, exile. So by naming them, the psalmist is connecting their pain to a bigger story, a shared history of suffering.
So it's not just personal then, it's tied to a whole community that's been through a lot.
Right. It's a reminder that we're not alone in our struggles. And then come the waterfalls and waves. That imagery.
Oh, so powerful. They can be beautiful, but also kind of scary, right? Like overwhelming, almost like how God can feel sometimes.
You got it. It shows how complex faith can be. God brings comfort and strength, yeah. But God can also really shake us up.
That tension is definitely there. Okay, so we've gone from desperate longing to a glimpse of hope. But in the last section, the sadness comes back. Why do you think the psalmist goes back to that?
I think, faith isn't always a straight line,
Makes sense.
It's got ups and downs, doubt, despair, hope, and joy mixed in. The psalmist is being honest, showing us that the struggle continues.
And this time, they talk directly to God. Why do you ignore me? That's pretty bold, don't you think?
It is, but it also shows how close the psalmist feels to God.
Interesting.
Like they're comfortable enough to pour out their heart, even the anger and frustration.
And we hear that question again, right? Where is your God? But it feels different this time around.
Yeah, it's not an accusation anymore. It's a real question.
It's like the psalmist is pleading, saying, I need you, where are you? But even feeling so lost, they still say to wait for God. What does that even mean? Is it just giving up?
No way. It's about choosing to trust, even when we don't get it. When we don't understand what God's doing or why we're suffering, it's saying, I believe you're still there, even if I can't see it.
So we've come full circle, back to waiting for God.
Yeah.
Not about having the answers, but trusting, even when things are rough.
Exactly. And the way the song goes back and forth, that's important.
Why?
Because our faith journey is like that too. We might have doubts, feel despair, but we can always come back to hope, to trusting that God is with us.
Makes you think, So for everyone listening out there, What does waiting for God look like in your life? What are you struggling with? Is there something that makes you question? Could be anything, a relationship, your health, maybe just feeling lost. What would it look like to actually choose trust, to choose hope right now? That's something to think about as we finish this deep dive into Psalm 42.
It is.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
See ya.